Hey, you're listening to Head Cannon Graps, and this is Off the Dome, a little Saturday morning Smackdown edition for you. And we're going to be talking about a lot of WrestleMania focused directions. And hey, we're going to also talk about I'm from the D, I'm from Detroit, and we got the MotorCity Machine Guns representing the Mitten, Michigan, winning the tag team titles. I'm not even going to bury the lead. We're going to celebrate that because that's amazing. I didn't think that we were going to get that fast, but wow. Like Michael Cole said, in 3 matches, they got the titles. And what an amazing just kickoff to their time in WWE. And from coming over from TNA to that, what an amazing little... It makes me excited to see what the future's going to be for them. And I don't know if they're going to have them for long. I think they might hold them for the little duration of this bloodline feud between the OGs and the new blood, if you will. But maybe they'll lose them back to the bloodline after that, or the new blood, and then, or the Tongans probably at that point, because, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. I think Solo never needs to go to the casino because he's a horrible gambler. Because he gambled those titles tonight, and I think that's gonna come back to bite him definitely later on. That is. Oof, that was the second he made that decision, I was like, oh, yep, it's a wrap for those belts. Because Jay is coming to get it back in blood and in gold. Because the bloodline cost him his IC title on Monday to Braun Breaker. And so Jay's not going to be somebody who's patient. Jay don't want to wait, because what do we remember from Jay from the bloodline storyline? Jay's a hothead. Jay angry. He would get angry so fast. Just all the slightest thing that Sammy would do. Now, he chased and chased and chased to get a singles title belt, and you're gonna cost that. You're gonna take that from me. It's a wrap. It's Reynolds, because it's a wrap. We are coming for you. And so Jay came on this edition of SmackDown, lent the assist in the Motor City Machine Guns, who already had beat DIY in the night to win the tag team title tournament. Solo comes out with the bloodline, and basically Chris Sabin says, anytime, any place, we can do it. And Solo's like, oh, anytime, any place. Let's do it tonight. And gambles the belts tonight, which then allows Jey Uso to slide in, play the distraction after Roman and Jimmy take Solo and Jacob out the scene. Jay comes in and plays distraction, does his thing, and helps the Motor City Machine Guns win the tag team titles and get the win. And then they lead to a scene where Jay is just kind of chilling in the ring, floating around, and then you look over, and then Jimmy's coming down the aisleway, and then they're looking at each other. They get in the ring, and they don't even waste time. They go straight for the hug, and you can tell the emotions there. Both of them look like they're about to cry. And they do their little handshake, and they show you right down with the angle while they're doing their handshake. Roman being at the start of the aisle, looking down at them, looking at the ring, but he doesn't join them. At least it fades out for SmackDown for us, and it doesn't join them. I thought I saw some images online of him throwing up the ones with them, but I think that might be an old photo at this point. So, but they're giving us the reuniting of the OGs, and so in due time, we got the Usos tonight, and we're waiting to build up that Roman storyline, because honestly, Jay's looking for more from Roman. Like, you can't just be over here just, oh, I'm proud of you, homie. Like, nah, that's not enough, dog. I need you to literally be a man, apologize. Let's name what went wrong, and then let's try to build from there and be better. But we gonna see what comes of this, man. But the opening segment, we had Randy trying to confront Triple H and Gorilla, leads out to him going to the ring. Then Randy calling Triple H out to the ring. Triple H stating, hey, I can't make the match, man. Randy stating, yo, you are just protecting KO. And Triple H was like, nah, I'm protecting you, homie. Like, you need the help. And I mean, that's real, because if you look at Randy's record on pay-per-view this year, it ain't looking good. Like, it ain't looking good. So, and then if you look at Randy just overall, period, he's getting older. running a little bit slower. I saw him run a little bit slower down to the ring tonight to save Cody. I'm like, oh yeah, protect Randy. We need our Uncle Randall to survive this. But I think this is going to lead us to KO at Crown Jewel. Basically, the match is made official by Triple H saying, hey, protect yourself at all times since this is what you want. Protect your neck. And I think KO is going to take out Randy. Then after that, KO is going to win the championship off of Cody. Probably at Survivor Series. I wouldn't be shocked if it's in Vancouver. And then KO is going to then be cost the champ. He's going to lose the championship due to Randall coming back and being angry. And that's going to lead us to Randall versus KO at Mania. That's my thought process for that match. And I talked about the Bloodline earlier, and I meant to say this earlier about them as well. I said this is going to be WrestleMania focused at times. I think we see the OGs versus the New Blood at WrestleMania, and I think that's in Tama Tonga and Tongaloa versus Jimmy and Jay Uso. And it's probably going to be for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I can actually see that being the central focus for their WrestleMania match. So I don't know how we get Jay over to SmackDown full time, but clearly he has no issue just coming over to the show now. So maybe I'm trying to think about the draft and the brand split too much about that. But hey, we'll see where that goes. We get Game 7 between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, and I need another Game 7. Back on the WrestleHook Podcast, I've stated it before. Yo, I want to see a triple threat with Carmelo, Andrade, and LA Knight. I want to see Carmelo win that match, and then I want to see the Game 7 ran back again with the U.S. title on the line. That's what I originally wanted. I didn't think we were going to have to go through a smodgy Game 7 with LA Knight being the special guest referee. Maybe we just trying to promote 2K24 too, because hey, guess what? They put that match in the game. But anyway, I feel all this in the back. Like, what were you doing, homie? Why did you think that was gonna be okay? Especially after that video package they built the match up with. Like, I wish they would have just saved that video package for the actual Game 7, because it felt so cool. It felt so good that it promoted both of them strongly. And I mean, maybe we'll get another video package, and this is just all to keep building them up in the fans' eyes. And now we built them up, and we took that match from you, and so we're going to give it back to you, and we're going to make it even bigger the next time. And I mean, when you think of most Game 7s in sports, there's a championship on the line in that last game. So it would be cool to have the U.S. title on the line for that. Now, when it comes to the U.S. title at WrestleMania, I actually haven't even gave that a ton of thought about who would have that. We're going to move on, and maybe next week or whenever I have the idea, I'm going to drop who's going to have what U.S. title match will be at WrestleMania, if there will be one in the first place. But I hope so, because I like the prestige they've brought back to that belt. And I like the way they've been working with their mid-card championships. They felt way more important in the last year than they have in a very long time in this company. So, I mean, Gunther is partly to blame for that one, or to be congratulated for, not to be blamed. But I think LA Knight with the U.S. title is helping to rebuild it back up for sure with his feuds and whatnot, way more than anything Logan Paul did. And that's from the heart, because I can't stand Logan Paul. But with that being said, that leads us to Naomi beating Candice LeRae. And I keep telling y'all, and I'm going to keep screaming it from the rooftops, this is the build to Naomi as a top star. She going to win the championship. Now, is she going to be a top star? I don't know. I don't know if she'll get there like that. And I don't think that's going to happen no time soon fast, unless she does like some type of evolution or like next step with her character. But win-wise, she's cooking. And she's going to get that championship off of Nia. I'm telling you all. People can keep, no, it's going to be Tiffany. No. I think Tiffany truly is the red herring. She will get the championship. And I hate the way I'm booking it because, like, I don't want Naomi to just get it and lose it, but Naomi is going to beat Nia. Whenever this match happens, she's going to beat her. She's going to win that championship, and then Tiffany is going to cash in on Naomi and take it off of Naomi. And then the build is going to be Naomi getting back to that championship. Period. I can't wait to see that. I hope that's the WrestleMania match. I hope I can afford one day to be at WrestleMania. I've already picked my 4th and 5th job up to buy a ticket just so I can go be there and support Naomi, but I don't know, girl. I might have to crowdfund too. It's getting tough out here. But then we got Cody and Gunther having a segment, and where I talked about Randy having to run down and save Cody. Gunther and Ludwig jumping him after. They had a little talk segment, and the whole basis of the segment is Gunther's over here. I do this for me. Once you stop doing it for everybody, you don't have a core reason for you, and that makes you weak because you're doing it for everybody else and you're not doing it for you. And at the end of the day, I'm doing it so I can increase and build my legacy. I also think he's gonna, and that with that building of his legacy and everything, I think he's going to win this Crown Jewel Championship. And I think it's because of the fact that we got the tease when this belt was created and it was shown. Goldberg was in the crowd at Bad Blood. And I do believe Goldberg will be facing Gunther at WrestleMania in Vegas. And I think Gunther will retire Goldberg in Vegas. That is my prediction. And I think Gunther will lose the World Heavyweight Championship to then give it to somebody else so they can have a big feud too. And so if Seth and Punk are going to have the World Heavyweight Championship per se, you need something big for Gunther to be doing too, because you don't want to like de-emphasize him like that. And so why not give him a Crown Jewel Championship so he has another belt still, and then have him beat Gunther, and then not have him beat Goldberg, and then go back for his World Heavyweight Championship after WrestleMania. I can see that being the direction they're going in. And I can also see it being I want to say I saw him losing it in Vancouver. I can see both world championships changing there. I just don't know who Gunther loses it to at this point. Logical sense to me says CM Punk. And I mean, I like that as a fan. I want to see that match as a fan, but I'm just a fanboy for my own ideas. And Sammy in Vancouver coming back one last time. They're 1-1 this year, and they're like, Sammy's just like, hey, let's go. I want one more shot. And Sammy pulls it off over Gunther then with his hometown folks. Not hometown folks, but, you know, how Canada's hometown for everybody in Canada. As somebody looking to be a Canadian citizen one day. I'm not trying to insult Canada, but you know how WWE treats it at times, so. But Montreal, we didn't have the win for him at Montreal, and we couldn't give him that dub then because Roman was on this wild title reign. Gunther does not have to be on this wild title reign. And so I can see Sammy still getting that spot. That loss on Monday Night Raw kind of makes it hard in my head to see it. And so part of me thinks it's Punk to set up Punk and Rollins at Mania. And Punk goes on a title reign from here to WrestleMania. We'll see. I'm unsure about that, but I question this last piece, and it goes back to the Bloodline storyline. I think Solo has been allowed to show so much personality now because of the fact that I think Solo might be rejoining the OGs. They've allowed him to be a lot funnier than he's been pretty much this entire run. He's been super serious. lately they've been letting him be. Think about it. Oh, I got tickets. I got tickets. Oh, anytime, any place. Like he's had these like different joke moments throughout the last few weeks that have been making the crowd almost pop at times. And people love funny Solo. What if that's the whole point, to bring him back into the OG bloodline? Because Sammy's going to be busy winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And so Sammy won't have time to join the boys in War Games. I can kind of see that being it. I'm unsure if that's going to be the direction. Because, I mean, I would love that to be. Because I want Sammy to become a world champion. But I truly don't see that happening at WrestleMania come next year. I just think that belt has different plans, and I think it's centered around Punk and Rollins. And so, if there's a time to sneak it off of Gunther, get it on to Sammy, and then maybe somebody else take it off of Sammy, Rollins takes it off of Sammy at the Royal Rumble or something, I could see that. I could see us getting there. So then Rollins goes back into WrestleMania as champion. Punk wins the Elimination Chamber, or Punk wins the Rumble, and then that sets us up to go straight into Mania, right where we were going to be last time, maybe. So, but what do you think? What do you thought about the things I've covered today? Drop a comment below. I also have a goal of getting to 15 subscribers, so please help me get there by hitting that subscribe button, hit like, and let me know what you want to see at WrestleMania 41. Let me know what you wish the ticket prices were for WrestleMania 41. Will you be going? Will you even try to go? Or will you just fly to Vegas and stand outside the building and be satisfied? That might be me. So if you're going to join me outside, hey, let me know, and we'll have our own WrestleMania 41 extravaganza. Peace and chicken grease, y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.